Hello, I'm Creative Crim 4865. You can just call me creative. Trust me, I'm very creative. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm creative. I'm a Rec Room player, and some of you may have saw my old YouTube channel and are now here, but I highly doubt that. But welcome. I'm trying my best to YouTube, so yeah. So what I wanted to do today is, I don't really know. I wanted to talk about things that Rec Room should add, but I'll save that for later. But I'll show you how to use MakerPen. Alright, if you don't know, I made some good stuff like this. I like this a lot. It's me. Go figure. And then this MakerPen statue that I have in my dorm. This whole dorm room is just me. This is honestly one of my favorite things ever. I have a bunch of things that I've created. Not all of them, of course. This thing. And my level player badge, but yeah, so MakerPen is the tool and your gateway to creation, as Coach says. But MakerPen can also be used for so many other things, like circuits. Today I'll show you how to use tube facets, and how to draw stuff with tube, and how to increase your size. Let's go over the basics. Let's do something simple. I want to show you how to make a pencil. So instead of just using some cylinders like this, which will get blocking in rooms, use tube. So in tube, if you go to this side of your MakerPen, you'll see the menu for tube. Now tube is a very high cost tool that doesn't cost much ink, but is a very good tool to use when you're making things, because there's so many unique shapes you can make. Let's say you wanted to make something like that. Voila. So what we can do is make a pencil. So first we're going to start out with a thin cylinder like this. Make your tube radius 0, and this tube radius is how big your tube is. See, if I increase it right here, it gets bigger. If I decrease it, it'll get smaller. Your height scale is how thick it is. Thick, thin, a bit thinner than thick, a bit thinner than a bit thinner than thick, a bit thinner than a bit thinner than thick, and just paper thin. So tube facets is how your tube looks. If you turn it at 3, it's a triangle. If you turn it to 4, it's a square. If you turn it to 5, it's, I think that's an octagon. I don't know my shapes, man.
Bruh.
And then if you turn to this is a hexagon, I'm pretty sure. I don't know my shapes still. If you wonder how to make a table area, you can just use one of these. And by pulling down your trigger on your Quest 2 or Vive or any VR headset you have, by the way, it's much easier to draw on VR than in screen mode, but you can still try. What you can do is turn on grid snapping and surface snapping. Surface snapping is how you make outlines, like that one right there on my face. Or you can draw circles or designs. You know, that's what outlining is. But if you really wanted to, what you could do is turn smooth tube on. It's off. Now this is how most people make terrain. They go to tube facets 5, 6, or 4, or 10, no 3, and turn the height scale down, turn the radius up to make like a thin sheet of paper next to the thick that you make terrain. This is how most people make terrain. Like this. Go like this, or scale yourself up. If you don't know how to scale yourself up, you go like this. Yeah, I'm going kind of in depth on what you can do to make a pencil. Since we're making a pencil, we're going to use not smooth tubes. So turn your head scale back up. This, I never told you to turn it on, but if you did turn it back up and go like this and turn on grid snapping. Now go to your palette on your maker pen, which is right here, and swatches. Swatches, I'm going to use this cloth, not pencil. Now, here's a really good trick that a lot of people know with maker pen, that know how to use maker pen, but if you do not, this is a good trick. So you can, if you're currently just created a tube where you drop your maker pen or you're done editing, edit the tube, and if it doesn't show the two joints on the ends, then you're not doing it right, and then click it again then if you want to have it like how I'm making it, and zoom it up. This will make the generic shape of the pencil. Now what I would love to do is clone it, but we're not going. Easy on ourselves. We're going to use slate rock, and any texture of slate rock or any texture that looks like the back of a pencil. I'm specifically going to use green, not rock though. I'm using checkered luminal tiles so I can get a bit of an effect. See, but I don't want to do it anymore. I'm going to use rock again, but it's so visible. Now like this, you can cover it up or clone it. I would like to cover it up, so I'm going to use grid snapping again and zoom down. You'll eventually get this thing. Turn it off and start editing it. Now you're going to move this point up using the move tool. The move tool is a very important tool, and make the end of the pencil. Scale a bottom piece up to get a bit of a bigger list, or don't. It's up to you. Now you can just move the piece up a bit instead of scaling it up when you have the back of your pencil. Now, once you're done editing, clone this piece, which is the easiest thing, which I would love to do. Scale it down a bit to make the eraser. Now recolor it pink. Now undo that recolor and make that, and now recenter it. You can either move it with your hand, which I do not recommend, but I just did an accident. Okay, now we have that. We're gonna drop our maker pen and select these two shapes. I'm gonna select two on our maker pen. So you have all three selected, click options and merge the shapes. Now we have the base of our pencil. If you don't know how to grab, what you can do is use your trigger on dominant hand, which recommend is set to your left hand, because most people are right-handed. If you're left-handed, change it to your right hand, change your undominant hand. In settings, or settings, and go to experience. Then, is it an experience? I'm so not sure. Well, it's somewhere in here. Pretty sure it's in MISC. In it? No. I think it's a comfort. It has to be comfort. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Editor me, cut this part out and just fast forward. So, editor me cannot find it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back on create, go back to tube, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna change to rock again, but not this time. We're gonna use wood grain, and instead of slate, we're gonna use orch. Now this is the tip of the pencil. What we're gonna do, we're gonna use grid snapping once more to make the tip of the pencil. Now edit that grid snap piece, and you're gonna turn off grid snapping. If you don't know how to, where I was pointing when I was changing everything, I guess it's right here, snapping. There you go. And I'm gonna scale up the bottom piece because I can't do this right, I'm gonna use it small. I'm gonna make small. I'm gonna make it big and scale it down. And I'm gonna use grid. I'm gonna undo that. Make sure if you want to make something and don't have to do something, like if you don't want to end up making something, but then you have to go back to it and have to edit it and want to connect it again, make sure you turn on connect to nearby tubes. So yeah, I'm gonna hurry up and make this. So here's the part of our pencil, and we're gonna scale that down so we can put it a part of our pencil. Scale it down till it fits your pencil. Now grab this part of your pencil and carefully, with your maker pen, on off, adjust it to your pencil. If it's a bit too big, scale it down. Hold up, I'm having troubles here. So here we go. Now it's connected to the front, and now merge the two shapes, and you have your pencil. I didn't go too in depth, and I didn't talk much. So, yeah. What I would like to say, if you're new to MakerPen, is that making everything doesn't have to be perfect. At first it can be sloppy, but once you get very used to MakerPen, it won't be. You can make things sloppy, but personally, I think everything is better perfect. And don't put it in your face, because then it will send you out of the map. Yeah, unless it's on decoration. So, oh, quick tip. If everything you make is grabbable, I have this off. Create grabbable tools and create tool settings. You turn that off. That's very important. Very, very, very important. So, yeah, and that's how you make a pencil. If you want to save your pencil, you can save it in your dorm room by opening your watch and going to this room on your watch and saving your room. Or you can make an invention that is unpublic, but I personally am going to make an invention. I'm going to call it pencil. Pencil, not pencil. I don't know how to write pencil. No. I'm going to put it right here, so. Actually, I'm going to show you guys something. A very good tip is you can have a background for your inventions. I love having backgrounds about them. So I'm going to use this for my background of my invention. Nah. I don't want to. I recommend a neon wall. Because they're very good. Now I'm going to publish my pencil. In the comments you can tell me if I spelled pencil wrong, because I probably did. Yeah. It is art, decor, and environment. It's free. Other people cannot publish and publish it. Anyone else? No, I do not want to customize them for my things. And I have a pencil now on my tab. If you want to get some of my inventions, like this pencil, for reference, if you want to make one, or the Jokes Pop, the hot dog, maker gun, or my most selling invention. I do not want to show you my inventions tab, but I will show you my inventions tab. Portfolio. A lot of these things I have not published. I have a gravity gun, owned by 5 people, and I have a bunch of stuff that I have not published. I need to find it. I have the maker gun. 26 people have. And then there's the, where is it? The RPG-7, owned by 197 people, my most bought invention. And then my very favorite invention that I love so much, by so many costs. How much does the Joke Pop have? 6 people. I have an insane asylum. But my loved, actually, how many people? I'm sorry, editor me just cut to it. So here it is. This is the hot dog. It's low ink, small decor, environment, and use only. So there's a bunch of cool stuff on my portfolio, and I have this pencil in my room now. So hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Eek. Grumpy goblins.